All right, so in this video, we're gonna talk about the top 5 reasons you should move to Sarasota, Florida. Now, I know you've been hearing a lot about Sarasota, Florida. It has a lot to offer. There's the weather, there's the beaches, there's that coastal life. But in this video, I'm really gonna break down some of the ins and outs of Sarasota that make it so unique. You're not gonna wanna miss this video, especially if you're thinking about moving here. So stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Franchesca Hanahoe. If this is your first time to this channel, make sure you head on over and hit that subscribe button, but also tap on that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video just like this one, showing you all of Sarasota County, where to live, eat, sleep, work, everything. Listen, ever since I've been doing these videos, I've been getting so many calls, texts, and emails from people just like you wanting to relocate here, and I absolutely love it. So make sure you give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email when you are moving here, because I definitely have you covered. All right, guys. Well, today I wanted to talk about why it is so great to live in Sarasota, Florida, and I'm going to break down the top 5 reasons why you should be moving here. But it's kind of funny, ever since my family moved to Sarasota County, we have absolutely been just loving it here, loving life. Business is good, our family is doing good, everything is basically thriving. So I thought, I really would like to figure out a way to put everything that's been going on with us and put it in a video. But I found a study that was done by US News where they actually studied and analyzed 150 metro areas. And Sarasota ranked so high that the study actually shows you why it's the best place to live in Sarasota for me. But I'm gonna go ahead and break it down and tell you what those rankings came in at and why Sarasota was ranked so high. Coming in at number 1 is that Sarasota was ranked one of the best places to live out of these 150 areas. And it actually came in at number 9, which is pretty high out of 150 metro areas. And the reason they're attributing that, or what's attributing to that, is basically the different vibes that Sarasota has that make it so unique. You've got the coastal vibe, you've got Siesta Key and the beaches that are just absolutely beautiful. They're constantly getting ranked as like the number 1 beach to visit in either Florida or in even the US. I saw that Siesta Key actually ranked high on the top US beaches with TripAdvisor recently. But not only does it have that beach vibe, but it also is known for being kind of an artsy city. The city of Sarasota has a lot going on in the arts department. There's, Van Wezel, there's the Opera House, there's tons of rooftop bars in the downtown area, and just more coming in as well. So lots of nightlife going on, lots of great restaurants. There's not a lack of good food. When you're coming here, I always tell everybody, definitely plan on gaining like 5 to 10 pounds. And then when you get here, remember, you're not on vacation anymore, so you really need to hold back on some of the eating and drinking once you're here and you're living here. But besides all of the, great restaurants, the rooftop bars, and the nightlife, also you have the more quaint kind of eclectic stuff that's going on St. Armand Circle and Longboat Key, just boutique shopping, boutique restaurants, and things like that. So it's definitely a different vibe going on all throughout Sarasota, and it's just really cool. Now, I'll never forget the first time that my husband Richard and I actually went to St. Armand Circle, and I saw it for the first time. It was several years ago. We actually were considering moving to Clearwater a long time ago, but we never did because it just became so touristy. It's such a tourist designation and attraction, and it just became so crowded after 2020. Just getting to the beaches started to take so long to cross over the bridges because of all the traffic. But we went to St. Armand Circle years ago, and I just remember driving over the John Ringling Causeway. It's a really long bridge and takes you right into St. Armand Circle, and it's also the way that you get to Longboat Key, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's an amazing drive to get from there over to Longboat Key to see all the beautiful coastal properties and the water and the boats. Then we went and we had dinner over at the Dry Dock Waterfront Grill, and it was just absolutely stunning. We sat outside. There was the bay right there, the marina with the boats coming in and out. So we're just watching all these boats coming in and out. There's beautiful coastal properties. There's the water. You're having great seafood. It was just amazing. And ever since we took that trip that one year, it was several years back, I knew that there was something special about Sarasota and that I definitely wanted to consider moving there. You know, it's always been a big dream of ours to live by the water. We're big water people. So if you're ever thinking about moving here to Sarasota, I highly recommend checking out St. Armand Circle, going to Dry Dock and checking out the food and just sitting there and really taking in all the views. It definitely changes you and does something to you. And the best part about that is now that we can go have dinner there or lunch there anytime we want. It's really just a 30 to 45 minute drive from where we live. So it's definitely a special thing. All right, coming in at number 2 is the best place to retire. Sarasota is definitely one of the best places in Florida you can retire. And this survey or report that I was reading from US News ranked Sarasota number 11 best place to retire. And obviously it's so easy to tell why, but here's what they based it on. They based on the quality of life of the residents, the ease and affordability of the healthcare, the taxes, and a couple of other things. So that led me to a little bit more research, and come to find out, Sarasota County is actually known for its great healthcare. Sarasota Memorial Hospital actually ranks very high in providing great healthcare, and they also have a large amount of beds per residence, ranking them even higher. So they win a lot of recognition throughout the country and the states for their healthcare facility and their healthcare systems. So obviously that's a really important thing when you're looking to retire somewhere, is checking out the healthcare systems. And we have plenty of healthcare throughout Sarasota and also plenty of hospitals and things like that. But let's talk about some of the other great things that we have, because if you're coming here and you're looking to retire, you're gonna have time on your hands and you're gonna wanna know what can you do. And there's just an abundance of things to do here, obviously. There's great weather, so it's always a good day to go play golf. We have some of the most beautiful golf courses in Sarasota and in Lakewood Ranch. Recently, I was driving around Lakewood Ranch with some clients and we were touring some of these golf communities. They are absolutely stunning. We were in a country club at Lakewood Ranch. What a beautiful community. It's pristine. It's got overgrown landscaping and trees. It's quiet. There's huge lot lines or lot sizes. The club was actually so full you couldn't hardly get close to the parking lot. So they're actually backed up and they have a 1.5-year waiting list for their golf memberships, but still just a beautiful course, beautiful place to live. And there's an abundance of that in Sarasota. Not to mention Sarasota has tons of events going on. They have blues festivals, jazz festivals, they have a film festival. So there's always concerts and things going on. You just have to look out for them. So when you're looking to retire, Sarasota is definitely high on the list. And as far as affordability goes, is a coastal city. So it is gonna be less affordable than some other places, but it is still in the affordable range. So if you're looking to move there, make sure you reach out to me so we can talk about the affordability and what the price points really are. All right, coming in number 3 is that Sarasota is one of the safest places to live. It actually came in at number 7 on this list of 150 other metro areas throughout the US. I'm not gonna go on and on about the crime here or the lack thereof, but I'm just gonna tell you from my own personal experience coming from Orlando, Florida. You know, when you have a Ring camera, you know how you always get those alerts on your phone about break-ins in the area or crime in the area. Plus you join all the local Facebook pages, so on and so forth. You know, my family and I, ever since we moved to Sarasota County, obviously we still have a Ring camera and we actually live in a gated community. But I will tell you that we have so much less crime alerts going off on our phone from the Ring camera and just seeing the stuff that goes on in the community Facebook pages and other things. There's like such a small amount of crime here compared to some other places in Florida that I will not mention. And you know, it's just refreshing because honestly, like just speaking with neighbors and people and families that have lived here for longer than I have, you know, they talk about how safe it is here. People leave their keys in their car in the front yard overnight. They leave their doors unlocked. I constantly leave my door unlocked. I don't even care anymore. I feel so safe here. And honestly, I feel like living in a gated community is really just kind of a waste of money, honestly, because it's so safe here. But that's just my personal preference. Don't take it from me. I know a lot of you want to live in a gated community when you come here, but for me, I keep telling Richard, I'm like, it's such a waste that we live in this gated community when it's literally the safest place that I've ever lived in my whole entire life. You know, coming from Orlando, there's pockets of areas and you really have to know where to stay away from in Orlando, and that's what we help our clients with all the time. But here in Sarasota, really there's just one little pocket of a bad area, and it's really just not as great as some of the other areas. I talked about it in another video. I took my client there. Richard and I were showing her homes, and you know, we didn't pick out these homes in this area, she did, but she wanted to see these homes, so we took her. And by the time we pulled up in front of this house, she was like, I don't know if I like this area. I don't know if I like what I see on the streets. And we were like, all right, let's just get out of here and let's go somewhere else. But really, it's a really small area in Sarasota. It's really confined. So when you're moving here, you really don't have to worry about picking a great area that's super safe. And most of it is very safe, and there's just that one little area. And again, if you want help making sure you find the best area, make sure you just reach out to me and we can help you with that. Okay, and coming in at number 4, Sarasota is one of the fastest growing places out of these 150 metro areas. It actually came in at number 3. So because Sarasota is such a fast growing place, it's actually a good thing when you're moving here or if you live here, because it's bringing in a lot of new development. It's bringing in a lot of new construction, which I love. And if you're moving here and you're looking to build that new construction home, you're definitely going to be able to find something, maybe not in the city of Sarasota, maybe in Lakewood Ranch, or actually in the city of Sarasota. They're actually building several new high-rises, and there's a lot of new development coming in the downtown area, and they're absolutely going to be stunning. One of them is called the New Soda Hotel and Residences. It's going to have 30-something residences and about 120 hotel rooms, and it's going to have a 4,500 square foot restaurant on the bottom floor. And then there's another one coming in called the Edge, so it's going to have something like 30-something luxury residences as well that come with their own garages. There's going to be penthouses. So just some really beautiful luxury condo buildings downtown in the downtown area. So if you're looking to come here and you want to live in the downtown area, you want to live that high-rise life, these are definitely some buildings that you should definitely look into. But the other thing that's so great about Sarasota is with all the growth that they are actually working to improve the infrastructure of Sarasota. Right now, the average commute in Sarasota is 20 minutes. But the average commute in the whole US is 26 minutes, and Sarasota is actually working hard to fix that. They want the 20-minute commute to actually be shorter. So I've mentioned this on some other videos before, but even though there's a lot of people moving into the Sarasota area, and yes, it does feel like it's getting more popular, there still is not too many people living in Sarasota. So if you're coming here from a big city, you know, like New York or some cities in California, you're definitely not going to feel overwhelmed by the amount of people here or the amount of traffic. I believe it was like 54,000 something was the population in 2022. So really not that bad in the bigger picture. But, you know, for the residents that have lived here for a long time and are used to it being smaller and it's growing every year, they're going to be the ones complaining about the traffic and how long it may take to get somewhere. All right, and coming in at number 5, but this is actually my favorite thing, is the quality of life for Sarasota. So when you're looking to move here, Sarasota actually ranked number 19 out of these 150 metro areas for quality of life. And it's easy to see why. You have the beaches. You know, once you move further south, the further south you get, the happier it seems like the people are. You know, you're not in Key West yet, but it does feel like you're living in Margaritaville, depending on where you're living. But the people are just friendlier. Everybody's just very down to earth, very nice. It's definitely a little bit slower of a pace. Not quite as slow as Key West, but slower. Slower than Orlando, I will definitely tell you that. No matter where you live in Sarasota, you're at the max 45 minutes away from the beaches. You've got great weather. It barely drops below 60 here in the winter. We really had a mild winter this year. We didn't really have that many cold days. I think we had like maybe a week of chilly weather, and that was about it. Obviously, with the weather, you have the hurricanes, but no matter where you live, you're going to have something to worry about. If you're in the Midwest, you have tornadoes. If you're in California, you've got earthquakes. So we definitely have, you know, hurricanes every once in a while, but just make sure you're living out of the flood zone and make sure you have the proper insurance. And then obviously, you know, you may have to board up your windows when hurricanes come in, but it's not really that big of a deal. Also, the average age of Sarasota is 53, and it is actually getting younger. So it's not just a great place to retire, it's actually becoming a great place to raise kids. All of the schools in Sarasota are actually A-rated, and I was super surprised when I found out that actually we have an 86% graduation rate, which is 2% higher than the national average. You know, people are always asking me where's a good place to raise their family, what's a good neighborhood or a good school. And, you know, I heard these statistics about our schools here in Sarasota, and I was absolutely thrilled. They actually have the students testing 30% higher in Sarasota than the national average as well. So great school systems in Sarasota. And listen, if you're moving here with a family and you want to know about sports or quality of life with kids and raising kids, I'm just here to tell you it is awesome. Sarasota has a huge baseball presence. Obviously, we have the Tampa Bay Rays, and then down in Welland Park, we have the Cool Today Stadium. That's the home of the Atlanta Braves training facility. So lots of sporting events to go to, but also just a big baseball presence. There's an abundance of Little League programs. There's also an abundance of travel ball. My son just finished up his first season with Little League, and we had such a great experience. All the coaches were so giving of all of their time and their knowledge. They really helped the kids a lot. Being that it was my son's first season, it was just such a good experience that he'll take with him for the rest of his life, honestly. It was the end of their season. After one of their practices, they let all the families get in and play kickball on the baseball field. It was a really great time. The kids had so much fun, and the coaches were just having so much fun playing with them. They really just put so much heart into everything. So honestly, the baseball thing and just the presence of, the people that pour their hearts into these kids has just been amazing. I can't say enough about it. My daughter has been in the Young Marine program at her school, and what a great program for a sixth grader to get into. She was new coming into school and starting sixth grade, which can be so challenging. And she started in the Young Marine program, and it just gave her a sense of that she was a part of something. And not only that, but it gave her events to go to. They do a lot of participating in community events. They did a 5K to honor the fallen soldiers of 9/11, and they just do a lot of volunteering of their time and cleaning up around the community, so on and so forth. So it just gave our daughter something to be a part of, taught her a lot of discipline and responsibility. So she's really just thriving in that program and has had all A's all year round because of this program. So we're just really thrilled about that. Also, when it comes to quality of life, don't forget, Richard and I, my husband, we actually have a very healthy lifestyle. We work out several days a week, but also we get about 10,000 steps a day. And moving here from Orlando, we went from having walks at night and seeing Disney fireworks to taking our walks on the beach and just seeing our beautiful beaches. It's just been absolutely amazing. I'm so glad I traded taking walks to see fireworks at night every night to taking walks on our beaches, because I absolutely love the beach and that's what I've always wanted to do. But also, now that the sun sets later at night, we can just have a glass of wine and watch the sunset whenever we want. It's only about 15 minutes from our house, so not a big deal to just go enjoy a sunset. Besides that, our kids have picked up fishing and love to go fish now, so we've been fishing regularly. So these are the things that when you live here are just really easy to do and become a part of your daily activities. All right, well, I hope I've given you some things to think about when you're thinking about relocating to the Sarasota area. Make sure you reach out to me, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, because I definitely have you covered when you're moving here. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.